Tasmania lost another shop front today, a much-loved shop in Hobart called the Spotted Quoll. My office spoke to the owner this morning and she told us that, and I quote, "I feel like government is actively working hard to put us out of the business," end quote. 5 million Australians are employed by small businesses across the country. They account for 40% on all business. They are our nation's business backbone. According to the Australian Bureau of Statistics, 400,000 small businesses closed just last year. 7,000 of them were in Tasmania. There are 2.5 million small business owners in this country, and they are doing it really tough. 43% of them aren't even breaking even. If the government can ease their administrative burden, they should. That's what these paid parental leave amendments do. They give small businesses a choice. I support paid parental leave. It's a great thing, and the Commonwealth is picking up the tab. But as it currently stands, the administration of the scheme will fall on small business, and that is so unfair. Small businesses do not have human resource departments. They don't have armies of accountants on their payroll, nor do they have lawyers usually. In fact, the average number of staff they have is just 3. So if these changes to paid parental leave go through, and they should, it means that small business will have just more red tape put on it once again, more red tape on their doorstep for a scheme that, by the way, they have absolutely no control over, and they can be penalised for not properly administrating the scheme. And once again, not only is that putting a heavy burden on their business, but also, it's for them personally. It's having that extra burden on them. And quite frankly, they're no different than most other Australians out there. They're trying to run a small business. They're trying to do the right thing. They have family commitments of their own, and we're putting all this burden on them. They'll be penalised and held accountable for something small business has no control over as well, which is really bad. As the owner of the Spotted Quoll told my office this morning, and I quote, "It feels like the government doesn't give a damn about us," end quote. Well, then now the government can show that they do care. These amendments will give small businesses a choice. I will give them a choice to administer the schemes themselves, or they can hand over the administration to Services Australia, who have 35,000 staff. This will give those small businesses who can't afford the additional burden of paid parental leave a way out. The workers still get their paid parental leave, but small businesses won't have to administer it. That's all they're asking for. Social services is great at this stuff. They've been doing it for years. They're already doing it. I just want to know why you have an opportunity. The government has an opportunity that said that, cut that red tape down, but you continually pull red tape on red tape on red tape over them. Why? Their questions to you are, don't you like small business? Don't you like small business? Because small business employs a lot of people. And they just want to know. Just want to know why you won't give them a go. And it's really unfair. We must give small business the choice to opt in or opt out. We must not place that heavy burden on them, enough burden on small business. I acknowledge that the government has agreed to commit $10 million to help small business assist in the administration of the scheme. And I would like to acknowledge my fellow Senator David Pocock and his team for working so hard to strike a balance between supporting workers and protecting small businesses from administering this scheme. I'd also remind Australians that it is what a strong crossbench can deliver. My office will continue to work constructively with the government, but they need to hear this message loud and clear. Once again, small businesses already have way too much red tape on them. They don't need any more. You are driving them into the ground. And it is not worth it. Otherwise, you're going to see the unemployment rate go up and you're up for election in about 13 months' time. That won't look pretty. They don't want the burden. So why put it on them when you have a department that already delivers a system? Why can't you pick more? Why can't you pick this up? There is no excuse for not picking this up. Give them the choice to opt in or opt out. We're not asking a lot. But stop putting the heavy burden on small business because, quite frankly, they've had enough and they're doing it tough enough. I don't want to see any more small business driven into the ground because of the actions of the Labor government. They've had enough. And like I said, you go on about having jobs for the country. I'll tell you what, you can eliminate a lot of jobs really quickly if those small businesses close their door. You may want to remember that because they are the backbone of this country when it comes to business. They are it. Like I said, we will continue to work hard with the government, but seriously, common sense today, common sense actions, let them opt in, let them opt out. We're not asking for anything else. That's all we're asking for, and that's all small business is asking for. They're not asking for much at all.